Good people, what's good? We are back. Thank you for watching, family. And we're about to talk about some music that we were bumping to on the way here. More Life and Rather You Than Me by Rose. So Josh, how do you feel about More Life? I know that you're not the biggest Drake fan in the world. Some people call him too soft. You push me to sleep, all that stuff. So how do you feel about that?
I agree with that last statement. He puts me to sleep. I don't know what song he's playing, but it was like, it was boring.
Passion Fruit?
Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
He's not the best rapper. I don't think he's the best singer. You hear a lot of auto-tune, you hear a lot of, studio enhancement in there.
Yeah, that's real.
People talk about him being the greatest singing rapper ever. I point to Lauryn Hill. But
that's a very good point. He wins on that one. I'm sorry, guys. Like Lauryn Hill, that's not even a debate.
It's not at all.
Yeah, he got you on that.
Shout out to Lauryn.
Yeah.
But, I haven't heard the whole album, so I can't really say for sure if I like it or not. But it's honestly not my type of music, so
I'll give you that. But I will tell you this: for the first time, he had Thug speak English for a whole entire song, bro.
Not a fan of Thug either.
He made history though. He spoke English, man.
Hey,
you can't beat that.
I commend humans on being human.
Hey, I hear you on that. So after Thug, Drake, I get it, not feeling him, but Rick Ross, I feel like he's extremely underrated. His beats are so dope. His music, you can hear like all the different instruments going. Just so many like different elements at one time, which I find very unique because most rappers we hear like the same like 808s or just like the same beats, trap beats, all that stuff. Rick Ross, he's like touching like that like grown man vibe. Like it's just all jazz, all like R&B. He always has like great singers like Raphael Sadiq, John Legend, Chrisette Michelle, all those great people. So how do you feel about my man Rose?
I don't listen to Ross too often, but what you showed me, let me listen to today, it was pretty soulful, so I enjoyed it. It seemed like he improved his rapping a little bit too, because he was using multi-syllable rhymes and stuff I hadn't heard from him.
Breaking it down.
Yeah, like so it was a nice listen. I might check the album out actually.
Yeah, see, free plug. I'm telling you guys. And I feel like our whole group generation, we just have to like broaden that spectrum because sometimes I get like all the Lil Yachty's, Lil Uzi's, 21 Savages, Migos, but at the same time, like we have to understand that we can't stick to like that same genre. Like we have to listen to some real hip hop sometimes.
My man Charlemagne says righteousness and ratchetness, the yin and yang in life. So you gotta have both. You're not always partying. You're not always feeling good. You gotta have some soul in your life too.
That's why I brought this man on the show, y'all. I will not let you guys down. You guys wanted a guest, I gave you one. I'm telling you, he's the man when it comes to that. So, really, Josh, like you just been knocking everything out the park, man. Tell me, like, what would you like to talk about right now?
What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about the obsession with mumble rap. Why is that? Do y'all like the beats? Do y'all like the rappers, or is it a combination? Like, why is it so hot?
I'll be honest, Josh. I'm like you. I'm not part of like that y'all group,
yeah.
But after like interacting and seeing people like Joe, Evan, Nick, all those people, shout out to y'all.
You like Future, right?
But see, that's the thing, man. Me and my brother, like we always say like this one phrase, and like we tell people this all the time. Future is not some mumble rapper. He's not this, that, or third. He's a rock star. So I feel like Future is like in his own lane because Future really isn't even like a rapper because I'll be honest, I love Future, but I don't know what he's saying half of the time.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a problem because rap is
not necessarily though.
It's like, all right, I'm breaking down for y'all.
On rhymes, yeah.
It's elements
break
to
down,
hip-hop, right?
And that's exactly what I was trying to like dive into. If you can, like break down to all the viewers and stuff, like the science behind hip hop, because I think that a lot of people don't know this, but coming from like the 5% Nation, that's like more science, that's math, geometry, all that stuff. So if you could just like break that down for them and like let them know how serious and how amazing hip hop is, if you can.
So the 5% Nation is really based on science. So the people who founded hip hop, Kool Herc and all them, they were 5%ers, and hip hop has 5 elements. The most important one is knowledge, because everything you do is supposed to have knowledge in it. People are supposed to learn from it. All right. Then you got dancing, which is what the breakdancing was in the 80s, 70s, 80s. You got the graffiti. You got DJing, and then most importantly, you got MCing. Other than knowledge, you got MCing, which is the rapping. And I feel like in order to be in hip hop, or associated with hip hop, you should rap, at the very least. You don't gotta break dance and all that. You gotta rap. Like,
have to just bring something to the table.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I would say with this like 2017, 2016 thing, it's not even like rappers anymore. Lil Uzi, he's not a rapper. Lil Yachty is not a rapper. I feel like they're marketable artists that
I tell people that you gotta
rap.
Yeah, you gotta kind of divide the genre now.
Exactly.
It's expanded so much that I would never put a Tupac and Lil Yachty in the same boat.
So disrespectful.
Pun intended.
Yeah, in the same boat. I like
it's
that.
like they're not the same thing. Like
Exactly.
rock has all these other things, but I guess because hip hop is kind of the black genre now, they all do the same thing, but we don't. I mean, Eminem is one of the best rappers of all time.
No Favors, bro. Tell them about that.
Verse was crazy.
Hey, they gotta check that out. No Favors, Big Sean featuring Eminem. You're welcome. Check that out. Got to,
man. But he's there's technical aspects, and I feel like it's a slap in the face to the people who care about bars and people who care about the intricate details of hip hop to call Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert the same thing as that. Like, they're not.
They're terrible.
Listen to them all you want, but they're not the culture that I fell in love with
at all. But it's this guy on YouTube. His name is Sabir Bey. Really dope guy. Check him out if you guys ever get the chance. 5%er. And what he said was something that was just like so true. There is a major divide between hip hop and rap. Hip hop is like all the 5 elements, culture, the dress, the science behind it, consciousness. Rap is more of like this modern, like regurgitated form of, or kind of like what hip hop was, but now it's just like degraded. And rap is now this mainstream thing, and you have like mumble rappers, you have all of these people like Lil Yachty's, Lil Uzi's, 21 Savages. But if you ask those guys to spit you like a quick 16, they probably couldn't. So how do you feel about that difference between hip hop and rap?
I feel like it's a very major difference.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can, because it gets a little tricky because everybody has their own definition of words now, and it's like you can kind of say whatever you want on alternative facts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, rap kind of is hip hop in a way,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, it's not because rap is the MCing part of hip hop. So it's just that one aspect. You gotta, you don't have to do the other elements, but you have to acknowledge them at the very least and have some type of informative meaning behind what you're doing. It shouldn't just always be
the same thing.
Yeah, watered down, saturated stuff.
Yeah, I like that. Now, would you take old school or would you take new school? I feel like I pretty much already know the answer to it. But if you can you just elaborate for everybody?
Well, interesting enough, I don't like old school. Like Rakim, who I think is the greatest and most important rapper of all time. Yeah. Because he developed the modern flow of multi-syllable rhymes and all that. Mm-hmm. Like his first album dropped in '87, but that's old school because I was born in '97. That's old school. But
10 years.
I don't want to listen to that honestly. Like I want to listen to '90s, that kind of era.
Yeah.
But old hip hop, hippity hop, like that.
That's you talking about Curtis Blow.
Yeah, Sugar Hill and all that.
Yeah.
That's not where I'm at. Right? I feel like that's almost as bad as what's out now. It's just a different was. That was the beginning, and we're supposed to get past
first stages.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with that being said, I feel like hip hop has kind of gone backwards.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, like what we always say, that was the worst era for hip hop. Auto-tune. We have people like T-Pain. I love T-Pain, but at the same time, he shouldn't have been a top 5 artist back then. Soulja Boy. I mean, guys, seriously, Soulja Boy. So yeah. So now.
But I got to defend an argument too, because we had Soulja Boy in that. But we also saw the birth of Kanye.
We did. Wayne, he was in his prime.
Yeah, Lupe. And then I got the Lupe in there.
Yeah,
and then
you got to.
But then you think about the 90s, you had Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer. We always have.
You always have garbage.
The whack ones, but they're not supposed to last long. And the problem is
longevity,
that then they were starting to last a little bit longer. Like you said, the Rich Homie Quans had a run. Vanilla Ice didn't really have a run. He had that song.
But he's still getting paid.
Hey, man.
Reality TV.
If you get that lucky, man, people care about you that much, that's cool.
Exactly.
But he's not relevant to hip hop.
Yeah. Hey, that's fair enough. Well, guys, Josh dropping gems. We'll be back with the lasting word. We got you guys. Thank you guys for viewing, always showing support.